Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy RGP Ace, and I'm back again with another video. This time we have an away game against the Oklahoma Sooners, and we are playing in Norman, Oklahoma. This is gonna be our second game of the season. You remember at the beginning of the year, I changed two of our games. The first one was the Ohio State game we played at home. Now this second game against Oklahoma on the road. Both were top 25 matchups. As you can see, Oklahoma is the 25th ranked team in the nation. Let's see if we can go into Norman and get that upset. And this is going to be a really big game for us because, like I keep saying it, but next year we're either looking to go into the SEC or the ACC. So these matchups against these big P5 schools are really going to be a test to what's going to be, the norm going forward for us. So if we can come in here, especially on the road, and get an upset, it'll bode well for us next season and it'll boost our confidence. Wow, this stadium is a complete madhouse right now. They got the ninth toughest stadium in the whole nation. So as you can see, me trying to call any audibles is definitely not going to work. It's going to be hard to get those plays off at the line of scrimmage, trying to make those pre-adjustment snaps. So we'll just have to see. We're going to have to have really good play calling and just go from there. So far, so good on this first drive. We've been moving the ball downfield pretty well. And as I say that, Brock gets into the end zone. First touchdown for us in Norman, Oklahoma. And touchdown feels like number 30 for Brock this season. He's having an amazing year for us. Now comes the biggest test. Definitely wasn't really too concerned about our offense getting off. We have a lot of weapons on our offense, but it's a defense that I'm more so worried about. We're playing against the big line. You see, as you can see, they got a really big O line, so it's gonna be tough trying to get in there, stop the runs, fill these holes. It's gonna be really tough for us inside. But let's see if how we can get it done. On the first drive, we can already see they're physical. They're like to grab jerseys. They're gonna be holding us, and luckily we got that play. But I already let them know, don't be expecting to get those holding calls. This is probably the only one we're going to get all game, but it's definitely going to be holding on every single play. And there goes our free safety stepping up and picking that ball off. Great start by our offense and also great start by our defense. We're getting the ball back at the 22-yard line, so definitely going to have to capitalize, put some type of points on the board. Going to try to definitely put another 7 up, kind of silence this crowd down. As you can see, that stadium post is a lot lower than how it was on that first drive. And we get Brock handed off, goes into the end zone for his second touchdown of the game in the first quarter, going up 14-0. And what I'm noticing too, this Oklahoma offense, they like to run no huddles. It's kind of like that Georgia Southern game we had, but a lot of their plays have been no huddles and option plays. So we got to start working on that option. Definitely going to try to adjust and follow the quarterback on these option plays just so we don't get burnt deep. Because that's one thing that did kill us when we played Georgia Southern. When they were doing those option plays and the quarterback was keeping it, he was finding wide open spaces in the field and just breaking off huge gains at a time. And we got 4th and 3. Of course, it is in 4th down territory, but it's in the first quarter, their second drive of the game. That one either shows us that they have all the confidence in the world in their offense or they do not respect our defense. Either way, it is a slight at us. So we do get them down on this third drive. They are not going to go for it again. Kick a long field goal, get it, cut that lead down to 14-3. About 4 minutes left in this first half. Kind of want to have a long drive right here. Don't want to give the ball right back. Definitely want to keep that crowd silenced. And as I say that, they get an interception and they take it all the way back to the house for a pick six. Now it's 14-10. And I already know once we get the ball back, that stadium post is going to be insane. So definitely going to have a long, slow, methodical drive. Got to put some points on the board right here, because if we don't, we come back, this stadium post is going to be so ridiculous. I won't even be able to see any routes. I won't be able to see who is who. It's just going to be real tough. So we don't want to put ourselves in that position. So definitely got to make sure we have a long, nice drive right here that ends with some points. So far, so good on this drive. Gibson connects on that corner route. We move down into the red zone, 2nd and 10, about 2 minutes and 30 seconds left, and Brock just gets leveled. Wow, completely leveled, but 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. 3rd and 10. Let's see if we can get this first down. He's wide open in the middle. Gonna walk in for a touchdown. Let's go. That's exactly what we needed right there. Go ahead, Go ahead, hit that. Go ahead, hit that. But definitely what we needed right there. Going up 21-10 so far on this drive. Our defense has been pretty stout. 3rd and 4, get a sack, put it down to 4th and 12. They end up punting the ball, so we're gonna get the ball back to close out this first half. Let's see if we can make some noise. We don't. We go 3 and out as well. So Oklahoma ends up getting the ball back with about a minute left. They've already got the ball into our side of the field, and their quarterback connects deep, gets them down into the red zone. They got 2nd and goal, about 30 seconds left from the 7-yard line, trying to stop them, and we do. That is amazing. Our defense is stepping up big this game, so big. Gets that interception. They don't get any points on the board to close out this first half. Mumu is stepping up big. Mumu and Kenyatta, they've got the secondary on lock for us. It's completely a no-fly zone. But our offense is not able to do anything. Oklahoma ends up getting the ball back. About 4 seconds left. Not really going to do anything with that. They don't end up going into the half up 21-10. So far, we're feeling pretty confident about this lead that we have. Just got to keep our foot on the gas. You know, they are at home. Don't want to give them any type of momentum. Want to keep our foots where we got them. Right now, we got a 3rd and 8. Let's try to get off the field right here. Nobody's open. Triple cover. Yeah, he doesn't hang on to that ball. Great job on our defense right there. Let's get our offense back onto the field. We got an empty set right here on 3rd and 6. Got this drag route across the middle, wide open. Gonna go for a big gain. Get it down to the Oklahoma 42. And as you see, we're still in that gun. Gonna hand it off to Brock. This is the same play that he scored his touchdown on. Ooh. It's a good contact right there. So the SEC boys are hitting heavy. They are hitting heavy. Brock is definitely going to wake up tomorrow knowing that he played a hell of a game if we're able to walk out with this W. But so far, this drive has been pretty good, moving the ball downfield pretty well. We got Beasley wide open out of the backfield, and he's going to get into the end zone. So all 3 of our touchdowns have been scored by our running backs, right? No, we scored 4. We scored 4. So yeah, 3 of our touchdowns today have been scored by running back. So definitely loving to get and like I said earlier, I want to attack the quarterback on these option plays, because if we don't, every single play is going to be just like this. We got to make sure we're keeping an eye on that quarterback coming out the backfield on those option plays. But it doesn't matter. They hand it off, and they're still going for big gains right now on this option play. Looks like Oklahoma has the momentum. Still down, but they're pushing the ball, trying to get this crowd back involved into the game. And it looks like everything they're doing right now is just an option play. They haven't ran the ball really on this drive. But I mean, if it doesn't work, if it does work, why fix it? So far, they've been moving the ball pretty well on this drive. They got it into the red zone right now. We're sitting at our own 16-yard line. Kind of got us pinned back. Definitely great stop right there to kind of slow down that momentum with these no huddles. Let our defense catch the breath, go back to the huddle, get another play call. Let's do it again. And there we go. Way to recuperate. Our defense recovered so well. They were getting beat that entire drive. Once they get down, kind of pinned back in that red zone, that's when they step up again. That's the 2nd time that they've came away big in the red zone this game. And that's the end of 3. Right now, 28-10, got the league, and we're in a nice spot. And as you can see, top 25 rankings still look the same as they did last week. Nothing's really changing too much. Looks like that top 12 is already locked in for that CFB playoff. But definitely want to get this win so we can keep Oklahoma from trying to sneak in as well. If we put them at 4 losses, they definitely have no shot on making the CFP playoffs. And great little screen right there. Goes for a good game. Gets us into Oklahoma territory. Going to hand the ball off to Brock. Kicks it way outside. Lowers his shoulder right there. Doesn't quite get the first down. 2nd and inches. Let's hand it off to him again. Breaks that tackle. Goes for a huge gain right there. Great job so far from our running backs this game. One more time, of course, finishes drive off with Brock. 4-yard run for a touchdown. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. Go ahead and flex on him. Brock is definitely going to walk away from this game as National Player of the Week. Regardless of whoever has another crazy game elsewhere, he has 3 rushing touchdowns. Definitely going to finish for a buck at least on the ground. So definitely great job from Brock this game. Man, I just wish we were already in a big P5 conference just so if Brock was having this same season that he's been having, he would be in the Heisman talks. But it sucks for us right now because we're in the SBC. But he kind of reminds me of Ashton Genty. You know, Genty had an amazing season, but they kind of downplayed it because he was in the Mountain West. So it's frustrating at times. So I definitely can't wait to be in this SEC or ACC conference just so our guys can get the respect and that national spotlight that they deserve. So far, 35-10 with about 15 seconds left to go in the game. Not sure why they're calling a timeout. Don't know what they can do with 12 seconds. But I mean, I guess they feel like they can come back, multiple touchdowns in 12 seconds. If they feel that way, all respect to them. But definitely great job today from my guys. Big win on the road. Statement win. Top 25 win in a blowout, 35-10. Great game from the offense. Great game from the defense. In all aspects, we came through. And as you see, player of the game, Freddie Brock, 148 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns. And that game was so good. It looks like Ben Humphries, our 4-star gem, ended up committing to us. So that's our first 4-star that we are signing of the season. So definitely looks like those big wins against those big teams are going to play off for us. So hopefully down the stretch, we still got Paul Sampson that needs to commit. We still got Zach Thomas that needs to commit. So hopefully whatever we do for the rest of the season kind of can instill something to him. But it does look like Zach Thomas should be committed next week. Same with Paul Sampson. They both should be committing. Iglesias as well is probably going to follow suit. So that's 4 recruits in 2 weeks. Hopefully we can get Junior Cleveland on board. Still haven't scouted him. But I mean, I guess we can go ahead and scout him, but I would assume he's probably a bust too. But he does have Clemson in the running. We got Niles. Let's take off the hours from him. Let's go ahead and send the house because he is competing. I want to go ahead and look at the prospect list again just to see if there are any 4-stars left still out there. Of course, we got Zach Thomas, that athlete that's still out there. No 4-star. We got J.R. Sharp from Arkansas because it looks like Paul Sampson is locking us out for some reason. Not sure what's going on. Nobody's offered JR, so we should be able to snag him. 6 feet, 202 pounds, scrambler. Let's go ahead and scout him and see what he's looking like. So far, pretty decent. I mean, stats 90 throw power. I mean, I guess we can do better with Paul Sampson, but it is frustrating that he did end up locking us out. So hopefully after next week he unlocks us out. But it looks like there's no more 4-star quarterbacks left remaining. Lee Fleming is already committed to LSU. Then we got a 6'4", 230 field general that's committed to UCF. And pretty much all the 4-stars all across the board are already taken, even at the wide receiver position. We got a physical 6'5", 194 Bobby Browning that's still on the board. Let's go ahead and scout him, see what his ratings are looking like. Because we got Quails, a 2-star, and then we got Coxie, a 1-star. Definitely could be a lot better. I want to put some eyes on him to kind of see how his ratings are looking. Nothing too impressive. So let's go ahead and scout Bobby Browning, see what he's looking like. He's a 66 awareness for a 6'5" guy. That's pretty impressive. Let's go ahead and offer him. Go ahead and send a house on him. So we put 50 hours on Bobby. That puts us back at 0 hours remaining for the week. I really feel like I could get away with putting no hours on Stephon and still, could kind of try to pull him. Like I have 0 hours on Coxie. That's just because we are first on his list because we're the only school that's offered him so far. I mean, he's a 6'1", 192 coming out of Georgia, so we kind of do have that home field advantage. He's in our backyard. If we're looking at Paul Sampson, it's no, like, even if he's locked us out, it's like just take all the hours away from him, put him somewhere else. He still should commit because he does have a visit this coming up week. So even if we don't put any actual hours on him this week, that visit alone should just get him to commit because he is a slither away. He's on the fence still, but he's not really on the fence. He's already kind of made his mind up where he wants to go to school next fall. And then Junior Cleveland, we're definitely pulling away from Clemson for him. So if we can, that would be awesome. If we get 2 safeties in the same class, probably move the slower one of them over to strong safety or the one that's better at hitting tackling, I'll move him to strong safety and then keep that roamer, over there at the free safety position. And let's just go ahead and reallocate some of these hours. I don't really need 65 hours on Zach Thomas. Really, I could get away with 5 hours on Zach Thomas. But just in case some weird stuff happens, let's go ahead and put 35 hours back on Paul Sampson because I don't want any mishaps to happen because I definitely need a quarterback going into next season. Let's go ahead and jump into next week. We are on the road taking on James Madison University. Definitely not going to be an easy matchup. I don't want to say any matchup is easy, but it's definitely going to be a step down from where we were just at last week. But it's a conference game. Definitely don't want to take those conference games lightly because, in any conference game, the team knows you pretty well. Upsets, that's where most of your upsets are going to happen at in conference games. So definitely not going to take James Madison lightly. They are sitting at 5-3 on the year, so not too shabby of a record. Definitely going to have our A game if we want to come in here and walk away with the dub. It looks like they have a pretty good running back. He has a star under him, but first play of the game for them is a loss of yards. Third play goes 3 and out. I'm going to go ahead and kick the ball to us. Let's see what our return man can do. Remember, we still got that speedy guy back here returning kicks for us, and he gets that outside. Who is that? Number 18 on James Madison was just running so fast. I don't know how he just caught up to him. But the stadium post, as you can see now, it's not really rocking like it was in Norman. You got Beasley out of the backfield, catching the ball, getting the first down. Got us right at midfield. 4 minutes ago in the first quarter, handing off to Beasley again. Ooh, great juke move by Beasley, getting all the way down to the 30-yard line, gain of 20. Right now we got Gibson in the gun. Let's see what he can do. Let's get his arm to work, working on a play action pass. Nobody's really open. Let's go ahead and take off with him. Don't really see that too much. He's kind of reminds me of Kirk Cousins. I believe that might be. He can't be more than his 5th run this year because I don't run with Gibson, but it's probably only his 5th at most run for the year. For the most part, he's pretty mobile. Pretty immobile and stays in the pocket. But we got Brock still carrying over that hot streak from last week. So far, he's got 4 touchdowns in his past 4 quarters. And our quarterback is running the wrong way. We got a 3rd and 15. Let's see if we can get another 3 and out. Get our offense back on the field. Let's move those safeties back because it's going to be a deep throw. Actually, they just do a little halfback screen. Definitely not going to get a first down with that. 4th and 11, they end up punting the ball. We got the ball now in James Madison territory. Let's see. We got that drag route open. Let's see if he can get some yards after the catch, and he does. He gets it down to about the 23-yard line. Let's go with a hand off to Beasley. Beasley is having a game already. Another big run from Beasley. Last play of the first quarter. Now we move into the second quarter. Going to hand it off to Beasley once more, and he goes into the end zone. Both of our running backs have a rushing touchdown in the first half. So far, pretty good. We're up 14-0 away. Going to send a blitz, see if we can get to him. Can't really get to him. That wide receiver screen goes for about a gain of 9. They don't get the first down. Let's see if we can get another stop. I want to send the house again because I don't want to. So they're changing the formation. They're sending that running back. Watch that running back. Let's see if we can get open field tackle. Great open field tackle. Amazing open field tackle. We got a 3rd and 1. Let's see if we can get one more stop, get our defense off of the field, and let's bring that offense right back onto the field. That's a red-hot offense for us, and we are able to get that stop. 4th and 1. Let's go ahead and get the ball back. Let's try to get another score, go up 3 possessions. I don't want to jinx it, so I'm not even going to say it, but you already know what I'm thinking. But I'm definitely not going to say it, but hopefully we can keep this momentum going. Great spin move right there. Move the ball over into James Madison territory. Got about 3 minutes left in the second quarter. R1 is wide open. Yeah, he's wide open. Let's see if he can't muscle into the end zone. They tackle him at the 2-yard line. Let's hand it off to our running back. Get us into the end zone once again. 3 rushing touchdowns in the first half. Go ahead and hit your dance on them. We are feeling good. And so far on this drive, our defense has been pretty good. 3rd and 8. Force a fumble on there, so we're going to get the ball back again with a chance to go up 4 scores, 28-0. Beasley, let's see if he can. He gets us into James Madison territory. Got about a minute and 30 seconds left. Second and 4. X is wide open. We're not going to hit X, though. We're going to hit that slant route. Oh, great spin move. These spin moves this game are working. Get us down to the James Madison 10-yard line. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. Let's see what we can do right here. We got a first and goal. Triangle is wide open, and we get into the end zone. Puts us up 28-0 going into the half. It's really nothing else you can do besides hit your dance on them right now, man. We are feeling amazing. You got a 4-score lead, feeling pretty comfortable, really comfortable on the road. We are managing this road trip pretty well. They get the first down right there, 37 seconds left to go in the first half. 3rd and 5. Let's cover that running back. We do. Yeah, and they don't get the first down. Great job. We get the ball back with about 20 seconds left to go in the first half. Let's do a play action, see if anybody bites. Nobody really bit, but we were able to work that throw in across the middle, get us about to the midfield yard line. Let's run another play action pass. Square. Yep. There we go, man. We are moving the ball amazing right now. We get it in the field goal range. You know, our kicker has that iron leg, and he's able to kick the ball in, give us another 3 points. And as you can see, Credle, 4 catches, 91 receiving yards, and 1 touchdown in the first half. Now we can see why he was doing his dance. And as you can see, we are up 31-0 at James Madison. Great job. Great showing so far from the defense. Great showing so far from the offense. And we might as well just go ahead and put in our second unit, because the way it's looking right now, we're going to hang up 62 and they're going to have 0. But let's go ahead, try to get another score before we do that. Handing it off to Brock. He's lowering his shoulder, gets the first down, still in our territory, but approaching the midfield line. Let's see what we can do here. We got another play action pass play. They're biting. Every single time, Square is wide open right now across the middle. He gets us to the midfield stripe. They got us 3rd and 7 at midfield. Let's see if we can get somebody open. Let's hit Square again. And it hits his hands, and he just drops. I don't know. That was a bad throw. He had to dive for it, but it hit his hands, and he dropped it. Let's see if we can get Brock. Brock can't get it. But, you know, we were in 4th down territory. Not really too concerned right now. Definitely can afford to give them the ball right here. And I totally I totally bit on that play action. He fooled me. We were running the play action, so they decided that they want to run their own play actions, and they got me leaning hard. And it looks like they're going to hit that running back again, but we already sniffed that one out because we know they ran that same play earlier in the first half, so I wasn't really fooled by it. But I left my zone, and I ended up throwing right to my zone, and I missed the tackle right here. So it looks like JMU was moving the ball pretty well downfield. Great hitting on that ball loose. Moving the ball pretty well downfield on their first possession of the second half. They do end up getting some type of points on the board, so they don't get completely shut out at home. And we got a drag route across the middle, working it up. So far, Gibson has 254 passing yards on the day. It looks like this is going to be the last play of the 3rd quarter, and it is. You see now we jump into the 4th quarter. We have our backups in. Pretty much got this game sealed away. We're just going to go ahead and milk the clock as much as we can. Don't really want to give JMU the ball back. I mean, they're probably going to get the ball back, but we don't want to give them another chance to score. Either get 1st and goal. Let's see, going to hand it off, run play, and we get into the end zone once again. Another rushing touchdown for us puts us up 38-3. And now they're just trying to take the top off of the defense, trying to build some momentum so they have some for next week, something to build on for next week, because this game has been horrible for them so far. And as you can see, final score of the game, 38-3. Only scored 7 points in that second half, but really didn't need to score in the second half. Wasn't really trying to score either, honestly. And as you can see, Gibson finishes the game 252 passing yards on a 78% completion percentage. And that game does get Zach Thomas to commit and also Paul Sampson to commit. So our third, and don't forget Iglesias. Don't forget Iglesias. So we got Sampson, Thomas, and Iglesias. All 3 of those commit this week. That's going to be our third 4-star commit of the year, and then our first 3-star commit of the year. So right now we're sitting at 4 total commits. Definitely gonna have to be better in the recruiting game if we want to, rebuild this school. Going to be a long road ahead of us. Because like I said, we only got 4 recruits, and we're in like week 7 or week 8. Like we're way behind the curve right now. Like we're way behind the curve. We're gonna have to go crazy in the transfer portal. We have to get a lot of transfers to try to commit. Maybe not because I don't think we have a lot of seniors leaving this year. Because I don't really want to over flood the team and put us above that 85 roster limit. Because I don't really want to cut a lot of players. I want to try to keep us as close to that 85 roster limit as I can. Because I feel like if I just go crazy on recruiting each year and I'm bringing in 30, 25 plus 30 recruits each year, I'm just going to be losing a lot of players. Because, when you do that encourage transfer at the end of the season, right before the next season, it's already after the transfer portal. So the players that are getting cut from your roster there, they just disappear and they don't go to another team. And that's one thing I wish that CFB was better on. If I'm cutting a player, at least put him on another team so he can have that, poise, that fight to come get us anytime that he goes up against us going forward for the rest of his college career. Right now, just trying to figure out what works best. Gonna go ahead and get a visit when we play Coastal Carolina for Pat, left outside linebacker from Jacksonville, Florida. Let's see if we can try to sway him because I do know I have a linebacker leaving. He's a senior, pretty good linebacker as well. Swint, he plays usually down on the D line, but phenomenal linebacker. Looking to kind of get his replacement here and get him suited up. And I just want to go ahead real quick and just look at Zach Thomas's stats. 91 speed, 92 acceleration, 90 agility, 81 break tackles, 76 spin move, 89 change of direction, 86 juke move, 74 BC vision, and he has a Hall of Fame clear-headed badge. And he's 6'1", 191. Looks pretty solid build for a 4-star. Definitely going to use him as one of my workhorses next year now that Beasley is graduating at the end of this season. And that's pretty much it for this episode 4 of the Georgia State rebuild. That's all I got for you guys. Peace.
Nah. This ain't the life I want no more. I gotta grind for better. And while you